Let me put myself in your or anyone's shoes, since they're also mine more or less. Here I am, a human being, which means I'm like a plant in that I'm trying to keep myself alive, but I'm also like an animal, since in addition to trying to stay alive like plants do, I've got this very convincing internal system of encouragements and discouragements we call feelings or emotions. I'm pleasure seeking and pain avoiding. My plant-like effort to stay alive and my animal feelings are bungeed together in that when I'm struggling harder than usual to stay alive, I feel it as illness or pain, and conversely, when I feel pain, it can have an effect on my struggle to stay alive. You know, like a traumatized dog can end up physically ill. But there's more. As a human, I've also got language which fills my mind with thoughts. Some of them happy, some of them disturbing. Like when my mind wanders to discouraging thoughts about my inadequacies, or to the stupid mistakes I've made. I said the wrong thing. Or might be making. Did I leave the stove on? Or might end up making. Including thoughts about my own death, which I know in detail is inevitable when a plant or dog has no way of foreseeing it. My thoughts are bungeed to my feelings and my plant-like striving to stay alive. That's me. I'm a bundle of bungees. Of course, I prefer comforting, reassuring, affirming, encouraging thoughts. After all, I have to make it through the day. I have to keep my spirits up, which is hard when I'm discouraged. Sometimes my spirits are up. I get waves of it like, oh wow, ain't I wonderful? I'm more than adequate. Love those thoughts. They're elating and addictive. I take as many as I can get, safely. You know, without looking egotistical or being tricked by people who lift my spirits and then screw me over. Sometimes I encounter people who are doing better at whatever matters to me. More attractive, successful, knowledgeable, charming, wealthy, whatever. Rivals whose presence reminds me of my inadequacies. They're a problem. Automatically, unconsciously, I look for and find faults in my rivals so I don't have to feel inadequate in comparison. Unconsciously because I'm needy, but I can't afford to see myself as needy, since that would make me feel inadequate. So yeah, I get catty, but no, not really. I'm just being honest. I've got high standards. I've got a strong moral compass. I can always tell when someone is beneath me, especially egomaniacs, those needy, clueless people I gossip about. Their neediness proves I'm not needy. Their egotism is beneath me. It takes a kind of be here now, live in the presence headspace to not see the irony of that. But I can do it. That's a great thing about language and its bungee jump to feelings. I can get feelistic. I can generate thoughts that feel so reassuring in the moment that I lose touch with reality. I don't have to consider how I contradict myself. Getting catty about the occasional rival, I can do that in bulk too, deciding that I'm a better person than whole swaths of us, whole lifestyles, cultures, races, genders, nationalities, whatever. Their type is beneath me because I can see their neediness, which proves I'm not needy. Language and the thoughts it breeds are a pain, but also a relief. With language, I'm aware of all the other people, not just in my life, but in the whole world. All the more so now that we have social media. But even before it, with words, a sense of the totality of us humans, which is what gives me my moral sense. Plants and animals, their cares are local. They're out for what's good for them and theirs. With language, we humans can picture humanity and think about what's good for all of us. My moral sense is a problem. Because I can always find some rival more moral than me, I get uncomfortable. It motivates me to look for ways to assume I'm more moral than they are. And with language, it's easy. For example, they're haters. I hate haters, which proves I don't hate. It takes tunnel vision to ignore my self-contradiction, but if the feelings are strong enough, I can get plenty feelistic about it. I can always find some immoral cluster of people to gossip about and scorn. My social circle can help with this. See, there's reality in which I'm trying to maintain comfort and encouragement within my own anxious, language-laden skin. And then there's my local circle, which sometimes serves me reality checks, like when my parents, teachers, or preachers warn me about real-world risks. But my social circle also serves me encouragement, like growing up in a religious or political community that encourages me to think that we're the good guys. For that, drama is good. Drama is best served with tension, a threat overcome, a challenge met. We were lost, but now we're found. We've paid our dues, solved reality, and are destined to live happily ever after, not like those other losers. One way or another, I can end up permaffirmed, my conscience reliably reassured. I don't need to kill my conscience. Moment to moment, I just have to have some reliable rationalization why my behavior is justified and good. With language, I can moralize. I can psychologize anyone threatening. For example, anyone feeding me discouragement is just projecting. Whatever they say is bad about me is actually bad about them. I know you are, but what am I? Like all of us, I'm tempted to do that at a pinch. Like some of us, I can take it to the absolute extreme. Why would I do that? Well, maybe I'm a traumatized stress bunny and have figured out how to bathe myself in reassuring thoughts. Or maybe I live in a society that's flooded with those reassuring thoughts, like a religious or political cult. Or maybe I had pampering, pandering parents, or grew up within a reassuring society and am addicted to a high dose of reassurance. Depending on my circumstances, internal and external, deprived or spoiled, I can end up needing extreme absolute encouragement. If I can get away with it, I could end up with zero tolerance for discouragement. Like the old song says, never heard a discouraging word and the skies are not cloudy all day. I mean, I might hear a discouraging word, but I can flip it in two opposite ways that I can use interchangeably. Heads I win, tails you lose, and when that doesn't work, tails I win, heads you lose. By which I mean fed I win, fail you lose. When I succeed and you fail, that proves I'm infallible. I'm rich, you're poor, I'm handsome, you're ugly, I'm powerful, you're weak. That proves I'm right about everything. Permaffirmed. Or, fail I win, fed you lose. If I'm losing and you're winning, it proves I'm right about everything. You're the oppressive bully, and I'm the hero who will prevail in the end. Like with self-winding movements, the Trump cult, or any ideological, religious, or spiritual heroic persecution complex. Christ the martyr loser, but Christ the King of Kings winner. No matter how they're shaken, these movements get wound up. Successful or unsuccessful, they're always proven right. If they win, it proves they're right about everything. If they lose, it proves they're persecuted because they're right about everything. Permaffirmed either way. Now, I might like to think I'm not the kind who would fall for such self-flattering absolutist claptrap. And maybe I'm not. But looking at how many people do, I should be at least a little wary. I mean, it's easy to see others falling for it, especially those who fall for it at a different angle from mine. Folks from one of those cultures my culture sneers at. It's no wonder folks like me saw right through the Trump cult. It wasn't my culture, but the one that we sneered at. And no wonder we underestimated its draw. I mean, they weren't like us. They were another breed altogether. Question is, what would keep any of us from falling for that kind of unrealistic, theistic, absolutist permassurance? I'll be arguing it's irony. Irony isn't just humor. It's not detached cynicism. It's the heartfelt recognition that life is a tragicomic, slapstick, white knuckle ride. In philosophy, it's called fallibilism, a recognition that everything we do, down to our plant-like struggle to stay alive, is a bet that could fail. My fallibilist motto is, no matter how confident I am in a bet, I remain still more confident that it is a bet. In the videos to come, I'll be explaining how to become fallibulous, charismatically fabulous, because you have the confidence that comes of making educated bets, knowing they could fail. Well, it turns out few people in the world are into as much raw introspection about the human condition as I am. And if you're one of them, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. And that's another thing. I'm for hire. I do strategic consulting on dealing with life's tough judgment calls and dealing with total jerks. My email's down below. Get in touch for a free sample session. Thanks.